Hello, and welcome back to the Drake Stormcloud channel. A little early here, and that's fine. I'm going to be sending out one more message on groups. Nah. They know my schedule. And we're going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV. When last we left off, we had finally gotten back to the main story after the Crystal Tower shenanigans, where we found out that a victory party is being held for our battles in the north. I'm not going to try and remember names at the moment. Against the dragon hordes of Nidhogg. However, not everything is good and peaceful because it seems some among the Crystal Braves are corrupt. And in Alegi Telegi's pocket, who is in fact based on the very city that we are now in, Ul'dah. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in, because this is going to be a lot. Now, to randomize our following minion. Oh? Oh, the platypus baby. And meeting up with our friends. We've been waiting for you, Kiara. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I had hoped that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Momodi just sent word that you are needed at the quicksand. We will go on ahead, Kiara. Pray, join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. We also now have the full Magitech armor. We do still need the weapon. I give my regards to Momondi, and let her know that I will call upon her anon. I appreciate you dropping in on short notice, Kiara. I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with the Crystal Brave that, by the name of Alane, aren't you? Former adventurer? Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came round for a meal not long ago before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Said if the others ended up dragging you to the feast, I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the coffer and coin. There's something I must show you. A short message, I'll grant you, but the thought But she thought long and hard before picking these words, or those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I'd have thought those signs of a troubled heart. But something tells me she ain't planning on asking your thoughts on a gentleman caller. This could be about the whole situation with our deceased Crystal Brave and the possibility of corruption. Coffer and Coin is the marketplace, isn't it? Oh no, it's in Central Thailand. As you stand on the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon, the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to fly by your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but see no sign of Eleni. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the clatter of quirin and the buzzing of cyphrids, but no approaching footfalls. Sighing, you bow your head, only to notice the vial laying at your feet. Kiara, is that you? What brings you out this way? Lieutenant Ollie, I know, I haven't seen her about... Had she come this way? I guarantee you we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environs. So outskirts, on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be there with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. Aye, pray return to Ildal, Kiara. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her you were here. Are we being set up? Oh no.
Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
Okay, so it wasn't an ambush, but we now currently have a random vial in our possession, don't we? Oh, we're bringing it to Momodi. I reckoned you'd head straight for the feast after meeting with Eleni. What's the matter? No appetite? So she wasn't there, but this was? Eh? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist's vial, but beyond that I can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Anyway, any road, no use worrying about an Eleni. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long, and when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of. Besides, you've got more important things to think about. Really? Really? You're just gonna let me take a suspicious vial of unknown substance to a feast where all the rulers are at? Would you believe it, or would you believe that while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaid, no less. It seems Her Grace desires a private audience. Her handmaid will meet you on the royal promenade to escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So, what were you waiting for? Go on, then. Oh, boy.
You needn't trouble yourself so.
Your Grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your Grace is ready, I shall summon the Warrior of Light.
I am.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity.
And it's about to be ruined.
Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty warrior of light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
She will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required her attention, but it did not sound serious.
Oh boy. Didn't sound serious. The problem is that... yeah. Thank you for coming, madam. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it, or, if you are ready, it would be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chamber forthwith. Okay, so it's going to be a bit of a movie thing.
Enter.
Your Grace, your guest has arrived.
Pray, come in, and take your ease.
Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde.
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words after the fact.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of Her Grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. 'Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one.
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon. You wished a word, Yu Hase?
You may go.
Your Grace.
Oh no.
You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion. I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy. You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence. But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few. Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Roban, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me?
Oh boy. I did not look
I am truly
ahead.
grateful. More grateful than I can well express.
I have not looked ahead in any form, shape, or way. But as someone who has played through so many different games, and I can see what's coming.
much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
Your Grace! Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. Poison in her wine? You did this!
Spare us your denials! I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance. I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
What is the meaning of this?
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor. Come, Lucia.
Oh boy.
Whatever is going on in there? Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts. You'd best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers to a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us. Now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. And you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthis. I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
No! No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity. Bring in the prisoner!
This woman stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamu ul Namo and is suspected accessories to the crime. All members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
To think we trusted the guy that we stopped from being a spy for the Garleans.
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison her grace was found upon the assassin's person.
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded Her Grace to host this celebration. A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh, yes. I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead. Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
But she wasn't there when it happened.
This cannot be. Nanamo. Nanamo. No!
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you. It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
I'll bet you will. You more than any man.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
You would mock her, then mock her from hell!
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow Syndicate members. You're one of them. You've been in league with the Scions all along.
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Oh boy.
Oh, Raban!
7 hells!
Admiral,
We must leave. Ah!
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide. And arrest this traitor as well.
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you once were, Raban. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter. Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You die! I never doubted you, not for a moment. But there is more to this than I yet understand. Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
That is a lot.
Ah, there you are.
Thancred, where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers. When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share poor Nanamo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe is thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ulda. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papa Shan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Nanamo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By
Oh, no.
yourself? I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancreds.
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
Now look what you've done.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Papalimo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last. Let them have it, Ida!
I was hoping you'd say that.
Now that's a combo move. I hope they survive.
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
This way!
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Leave us!
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right? The odds are not exactly stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance?
Oh boy.
Well, this is going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
'Tis done. Forgive me, Mitra.
Farewell.
Heidelin, she speaks to me. No. I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me. Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm.
No, not you
as long as your
too.
flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. Tis the only way.
Oh no.
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others? Damn that man! Teleji played me for a fool! I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway.
Oh.
Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard! I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Ul'dah, and likely needed a helping hand getting away. Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were.
This is the first we've heard of her since they separated.
Aye, and judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon. Ha! Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
I had thought to look out for Alize, but would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
And who might you be, young sir?
Pippin Tarlpin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames. I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Ul'dah. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monetarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. 'Twas only as we were leaving Ul'dah that I learned of father's fate. Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end, 'twas I who needed saving.
Them soldiers'll keep searching for a while yet. Reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Hulda and get the lay of the land. Maybe provide a distraction if need to be. You three wait here. Help will be along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fight's to come. All right, let's go. On to Central Thailand, and I'm going to mute real quick while I check to make sure that audio is going good. And it is. Almost unassuming folk can prove to be our greatest allies. That fellow was but a passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation, or any hint of concern for his own safety. Though I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Father spoke of you often, Kiara, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say, this is not how I envisioned it. Master Alphanod, you must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. So long as you and Kiara are free, we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Tarupin, but Alphanod, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. Ah, it's Sid. Sid, what are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire, as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly? Then he is no merchant, but an angel in peddler's clothing. But tell us, how do you intend to bear our friends to safety? I hid the Enterprise a short distance away. All I need is a destination. We must find a place far beyond the reach of both the Monitress and the Crystal Braves. Corthus, Ishgard will not suffer intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it. With me, everyone. Not I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Ul'dah to the Monitress and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in other city-states, but know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. Frankly, I do not expect it to be much of a challenge. The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and her allies, no matter what the Monitorists claim. Marshal Tarupin, I know not what to say. Ha! Now that Father would labor to believe. But enough talk. You must go, Master Alphanod. Your airship awaits. Up, up, there's no rest for the righteous. We should make camp for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Harfrent. Mayhap he will know what to do. Master Alphanod told me your tale, Kiara. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. 'Twould be best if I explained in full.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emeric is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The Falling Snows, or some such. All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor. Agents of Ul'dah will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence. You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions. 'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
Other companions? Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? Yes. Tataru! Alphanod, Kiara, is it really you? I'm so happy that you are. I tried contacting Minfili and the others, but no one would respond. And then the Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Fleming told me to run, and so I did. I ran and ran until my legs burned and my feet ached, but I lost my way, and then... Fortunately, I had observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. Yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle. Pretty, isn't she? Anyway, after Yugiri found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with Rangier. When we told him what had happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the Waking Sands. From the outside, our old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long, either. Apparently, Rangier started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit. Good thinking, eh? Sorry, where was I? Oh, yes. We waited there in the Waking Sands, hoping others would come, but no one else did. My people are searching for the other scions even as we speak, but we have met no success, we have met with no success as yet. I had hoped that you might be able to suggest further places to look. But you should know that the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only Crystal Braves await you there. Be that as it may, we yet have cause to hope, do we not? The two of you escaped. It is not impossible that the others could have done so as well. You may have been forsaken by men and women beloved or believed true, but rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate the other members of the Scions, and see the Scions restored to their rightful place and of honor.
"'Tis all my doing. I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes. And look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves, and even the Scions themselves, as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee? Oh, yes. I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos. It was all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alfino.
So, Master Alfino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you? What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Alphino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians. The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity. Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
That is a close to the first chapter of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. And it would seem, barring the reemergence of any of our friends, that we are the last of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. The Monitorists have taken over Ul'dah. The Crystal Braves betrayed us, with only one of them seeming to have been on our side and still alive.
Shining is the land's light of justice. Ever flows the land's well of purpose. Walk free, walk free.
But what hurts the most is the Gridanian traitor that we gave a second chance to, doing exactly the same as he had before. It is now that we seek refuge in Ishgard, a frozen land under constant attack by dragons. A troublesome situation. And I'm going to take this moment while these credits are rolling to take a quick bio break and get another drink.
Trust unto tomorrow. In one fleeting moment from the land of life glow. Yet in one fleeting moment for a new gift doth grow. In the same
I am back. And a look at the characters from various Final Fantasy games, it would seem, because I see Cecil there in the center, if I'm not mistaken. There's Garland up on the upper left. I just feel like I have to point that out. Alright, we can speed up the scrolling. This chapter has been an interesting one and ended on a very, very troubling note. You may have noticed that there was no stream Thursday. This is because Wednesday was a 24-hour stream and I needed to recover from that. A mostly 24-hour stream. It was interrupted by my dog having an issue, but he is fine now. He is safe. I will continue with the other storylines, the other chapters, all of it. I did figure out how to apply the mods for Skyrim Anniversary Edition. That's right, it was Anniversary Edition. And I have plans to continue Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition later today. I will pick up hopefully where we left off. And we'll just continue on as if nothing happened. Probably about an hour after stream ends, I'll do that. And yes, my character Anton is an analog to Tony Stark because the power armor. I couldn't resist the meme. So I made a Tony Stark looking and coded character, but he's not as much of an a-hole as the actual Tony Stark. I will be restarting Skyrim due to the pure fact that too many things went wrong, so I didn't save the VOD of that, and we'll be starting it over from the top. Fortunately, the AFT is downloaded on both because why would you go around in those world settings with only one companion? That is not conclusive, or that is not helpful towards survival. And let's go ahead and continue the story, it seems.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
Ruban. The Asians. Nabaralus is no more. The ardor was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightfully be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste must be warranted. We are of one mind. The northern lands, then. The earth is fertile, and the seeds well sown. By my will, they shall reap salvation unlike the rest of the world, unlike any the world has known. By his will. By his will. Rinjer! I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak, and make thine intent known. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star. Oh no.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond.
Oh yeah, we have him with us.
Delusion, despair, death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
To preserve the dawn's light, the heroes journeyed north. Their hearts filled with hope and eyes fixed heavensward.
The dawn's light will shine again. So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will...
Yeah. Sorry,
Pray,
I
do
bumped
not
the
be so
bumper.
hasty, Master Alphinaud.
Lord Orchiffon.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
I bring tidings. Count Edmond has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortin. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper. Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
The Count is a good man, and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
To Ishgard, then. Together. There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Here, here!
I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the gates of judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names, and they will allow you to pass. My manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall again meet, or where we shall meet again. Until then... Wards of House Fortemps, or Fortomps? Yes, you may pass. Ishgard!
And so they came, at a friend's behest. Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came. To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Helone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the Warrior of Light and her companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood.
In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came. 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
Oh, we can unlock the Mechanist class. Greetings, Mr. Sparsborn. On behalf of House Fortemps, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence. In the Pillars. Sorry, I had to yawn. If you would all come with me. I would like to point out that we brought a baby platypus to a frozen land. What could possibly go wrong? A dark spectacle. What's your sign? Well, those would probably be the Astronomer and Dark Knight, right? We're going to hit up this Ethernet shard. The Warrior of Light and her beloved companions walking the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight. I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present you my family home, Fortemps Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends. Introductions must be made.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmond de Fortomp, do bid you welcome. As wards of House Fortomp, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Fortomp.
The honor is mine, Master Alphino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies. Don't you think? Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
Oh. I'll build up tank and healer first, gear-wise. Though our friends at House Fortemps have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. It is only proper that we learn about our new home so that we might become more self-sufficient. It will take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. 'Twould seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. Thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall, of course, do as you suggest. Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, but I grow forgetful in my dotage. There is something I must give you ere we part. Their document is in order, I trust? Yes, my lord. Those documents identify you as wards of House Fortemps. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Fortem's, but let us hope it shall not come to that. Rest assured that we shall do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Kiara, Tataru, the city awaits. Let's go! I'm glad Tataru's okay. As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you the Hoplon, from whence you may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all other sights pale in comparison, 'tis only met that you shall see it first. I shall then show you around the jeweled crozier, where you may purchase all manner of goods and services, before descending to Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If there are no questions. The Hoplon, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Begging your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Theoden's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Alphanod. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined with King Theoden to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there is much you can learn by exploring the pillars, time permitting, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the 12th Crozier, I shall introduce you to Mistress Elise, our master of the markets. Okay. Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all... Ah, words of House Four Temps. How very interesting. Count Edamont has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the custom of foreigners. Should you be uncomfortable... Young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armor, accoutrements, medicines, materials, whatever you desire, it can be found in the crozier. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall see, or soon see. Our next destination is the Aetheryte Plaza in Foundation. If everyone is ready. I'm also going to be hitting up all of the Ethernet shards. I went to get my drink while I was running in. Well, that was the result. grab the last of the shards, and then finish this quest. Alright, all of them in Ishgard. We can now teleport to the Central Highlands. And here we have Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If you have yet to attune to the Aetheryte, it would be wise to do so now. Alright. Rainbow Cap of Aiming, Rainbow Cap of Healing, and Rainbow Cap of Casting. We will go with the healing. As for our next destination, mayhap we should decide together. What else can be found nearby? The Sky Steel Manufactory stands to the west. There, our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The Holy Stables, where chocobos are trained for war, also lie in that direction. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our knights most heavenly. While to the south and east, well, it would be best if you avoided that area. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowered levels, or lowest levels, Master Alphanod. Hold your nose when you pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. You misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord, but a humble traveler. Come to see the sights, have you? Take a turn down to Hoplin and gawp at the statues. Well, if you have a mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink at the Forgotten Knights. If your nursemaid'll let you. My humblest apologies, Master Alphanod. Pray, pay that drunken lout no mind. Oh, but I must. It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Knight for myself. I trust you see the wisdom in this, Kiara. There are few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events? Then I'm coming too! Oh, it's this place. And there is a glowing portal that was left here. Must say this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. We but recently arrived in Ishgard, and are eager to acquaint ourselves with her more notable establishments. Our master... Gibralont. Just Gibralont will do. And I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise it'll live up to your expectations, but if it's decent food and drink you're after, you could do worse. Or you could do much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I couldn't help but note a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spotted that, did you? Up here you'll find peddlers, porters, and off-duty knights, and so forth, dropping in on their way to or from somewhere else. Regulars maybe, but not locals. Folk from the room, they tend to congregate downstairs, where we offer a menu more suited to their tastes. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits, all quality, mind, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourselves. You speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do they call them the broom, if I may ask? 'Cause when the weather's foul and the broom rolls in thick, it's the poor sods living at the bottom who'll have to deal with it. I see. And it's not just the weather. When the wyverns broke through the wards, and started tearing up the city, it was the broom that got the worst of it. While the pillars enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the temple knights. More than a few are still sore about that, mind, which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you, if you mean to go below. And something sharp in your boot, just to be sure. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Elfina, I think it would be best if we returned to Fortem Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying here for a drink or two. Miss Tataru, I'm afraid that is out of the question. My lord the Count would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place, least of all a maiden. What are you up to, Tataru? Look around, Alphanod. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. With friends like that, I could practically live here and wait for news or the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please. Do you know how often I looked after the waking sands and the rising stones by myself? If I had a guild for every unwelcome caller that I've driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Not that I doubt the lady's knack for fending off unwanted advances, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. That settles it then. Tataru, Kiara and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by Link Pearl if you require assistance. I will. Doesn't even show up for... I will have to look into them separately, it would seem. Welcome, Mistress Frostborn. Shall I show you to the manor? Tell us then, Master Alphanod. Does Ishgard meet with your expectations? That which I imagined pales in comparison to the reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took. And with those steps, and when those steps took me past the scars left by the wyverns and Foundation, I understood how easily that history could end in tragedy. That attack was devastating, the casualties unspeakable. The wyverns did not discriminate. Unarmed men and women, even children, were given no quarter. Sir Emmerich has ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house has been called upon to lend what support it can. There is much to be done, yet, alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Mayhap we could be of assistance, my lord. After all you have done for us, we would welcome any opportunity to repay your kindness. That is a most generous offer, Master Alphinaud. You are guests in my home, to whom I have extended my hospitality without obligation. Literally. Nonetheless, Ishgard's need is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good. What would you ask of us? From what I have heard, you are an intelligent and persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove most useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. As for you, Mistress Frostborn, I could ask for no one better than a storied veteran such as yourself, a woman with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid in their duties. I beg your pardon? I am more than capable of carrying out my duties by myself. Or my duty by myself. I have no need of our honored guest's assistance. Now, be reasonable, brother. What manner of fool would say no when a famous hero offered to do his work? Hold your tongues. By the fury, the two of you will conduct yourselves with dignity befitting your station, and show Mistress Frostborn the respect she deserves. This is the woman who slew Gaius von Ballister and some half-dozen primals. Besides, she's not here to steal your glory or serve as your errand girl. If you can pardon their impropriety, Mistress Frostborn, I shall be much obliged if you would lend my sons a helping hand. My thanks. Very willing, they may even learn something from you. It would seem we shall not want for employment over the coming days, though that was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer of aid was solely for appearance's sake. In truth, he is glad of his opportunity to put us to work. By granting us patronage, House Fortham's has taken a tremendous risk. Until we demonstrate our worth to Ishgard at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters great and small. And so he would have us publicly serve Ishgard, while simultaneously keeping his sons in check. 'Tis an arrangement we may both benefit from in unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me into contact with people who know something of our missing comrades. And as you go about helping our two lords with their various responsibilities, you will inevitably make new acquaintances in Ishgard, mayhap even new allies. Yes, the more I think on it, the more confident I am that by furthering their goals, we shall further our own. Okay, let's see here. You know what? I'm going to go with the cap of casting. Since I have the ironwork stuff for healer. I will get the equipment for mages instead. Alright, so we have 2 quests here to pick up. When a man like this guy is in high spirits, you can be sure that trouble is in store. Shall we be off then, old girl? But where are my manners? I am not going to attempt to pronounce your name. Second son of Count Edmund of de Fortemps. True born, that is. Yes, yes, I know what you must be, or what you are thinking, and you are absolutely right. What ill fortune to be born second in a society where the eldest inherits all. Oh, my brother would never cut me off, 'tis true, but who could be satisfied subsisting on a meager allowance, forever overshadowed by his sibling? Not I, old girl, not I. Which is why I need your help to ensure that this business in the Sea of Clouds goes swimmingly, so that the tales of my great deeds can win me a place in people's hearts, or better yet, raise me higher than in their estimates than my brother. Ambitious, I grant you, but then I do have a legendary hero to do my bidding. Oh, don't look at me that way. I jest. Anyway, we are to aid the good men and women of House... Alright. They have ever been steadfast friends of our house, though they've fallen on hard times since the calamity, poor blighters. And for what precisely we will be doing, well, what fun would it be if I told you everything in advance? Just come along with me to the airship landing. We'll need to take the airship to Camp Cloud Top. This guy is less than eager to brief you on his mission. Let us begin anew, Mistress Frostborn. I am the eldest son of Count Edmund de Fortemps. You will forgive my outburst, I hope. I meant no disrespect. I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted to me, unlike some. Hartford has spoken of you often. If you're even half the woman he claims, I shall be glad to have you at my side. To the matter at hand, then, we will be assisting my esteemed compatriots, the House Durindier and Dismal. You're aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it? Well, suffice it to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture. But we will speak more of that anon. First, we must need secure transportation to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Chocobo stables in the Foundation, or in Foundation. Okay. I think we're going to be ending it here soon. We picked up both of them, and we will start it off next week with taking up more quests. I will do some research and set up a poll if the classes are what I think those quests are related to. It's obvious with the astronomer and mechanist or mechanic, but is the dark sight related to the Dark Knight class, or is it just another entirely separate one? We will find out. And I will put up the poll, and I will let people vote, and continue the main story while that's going on. I hope you all had a wonderful time. Let me just switch the scene real quick. I hope you had a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever you're up to, whenever you're up to it, wherever you're up to it. If you have a dog, give them scritches. If you have a cat, give them scritches. If you have a fish, do not give fish scritches. As a general rule of thumb. There may or may not be exceptions. I'm not a fish expert. But if you enjoyed my content, make sure to drop a follow and hit that bell for notifications here on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Hit the bell for notifications. Check out this playlist where I play an entirely different game. Or check out my entire channel right here in the middle. If my stuff's not so much for you, but you stuck around anyway, here's a video YouTube thinks you will like. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.